MMA UK, Abdul Ahad Patel. I'm here with Jordan Little. Jordan, you're now the Rage welterweight amateur champion. How does that sound, man? How does that feel to you?
Yeah, that sounds good. It feels good.
Yeah.
I was on a hike for a few days, kind of come back down off of it now. Just training again, getting ready for the next fight when it comes up.
Nice. And so straight back into the gym, no like little bit of a layoff? Or...
I came back in Monday.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had fight Friday, came back in Monday. Not been as intense. But, yeah, trying to get back at it now because I want to fight as soon as possible.
Okay. And what's the weight looking like at the moment?
Weight's good. I've gone back up to about 80, so fighting at 77, so that's not a problem.
Yeah. Okay. So talk me through 3 rounds against Grant Ogborn. How do you think it went?
I don't think it was my best performance. Don't think it was my worst, but you know I got things to work on for sure. I went into that fight and round 1 I think I got my own head a bit. I wasn't really throwing much.
Yeah.
You know, you got the takedown, but I reversed it. I don't feel like he did anything on the ground, so that looked good for me, I think. And I caught him with the left hook, which rocked him. I just didn't utilise on that, which is something I need to work on because obviously I froze up, but I should have been on him then. Should have been on him quick and tried to finish that. Obviously coming into round 2, I think I won that. I think I started to take over a bit. I think he gassed a little there.
Yeah.
And then round 3, I think was all mine. There was I think it was anything. I think I got like 2 takedowns, and I think he attempted 1 or 2, but it just didn't really work out for him. He's a good opponent, but I think on the night I came with a better game. Well, not even game plan. I just did what I had to do, and it worked. I didn't change it up. I think on the night I was better, and that's that. Like I had better cardio.
Yeah. Did you have a game plan going into that fight?
Not necessarily. I think I wanted to stand. I wanted to stand.
Yeah.
Which was working in my favour, but I think the ground as well did. I mean, he was very slippery, and it was hard to kind of hold on to. I've never been against someone who sweats so much, so trying to advance on him on the ground felt pointless. So instead, I decided to just tighten up on him, get my base, and go for any kind of ground and pound, knee to the sides, things like that, and that worked for me.
Yeah, fair enough. And so, was there anything going up against Grant and going those whole 3 rounds for the title? Was there anything you come across that you didn't expect when you was fighting him?
Do you mean from him or
from himself?
From himself. He was stronger than I was expecting in the first round. I knew he was going to rush me. It's something he does quite a lot, I think. And he was stronger than I expected, but that strength went pretty quick. He got that first takedown. I thought, fair play, this guy's strong. It's going to be a harder fight than I thought. And then by the end of the first round, that strength was gone. Like I felt like I was a stronger guy then.
Fair enough. And so, if you would say to come across Grant again, given that you fought him once now already, he's the Rage lightweight champion. He fought for the vacant welter. You obviously, won that fight. Could you see yourself, because you hold your weight quite well. I mean, you fight at 77, but I feel like looking at your physique, you got a lot more to give in weight. Do you see yourself ever go down to lightweight and possibly challenging him for the lightweight title?
There's a possibility, yeah. I think I want to get a few more fights at welterweight, cage warriors and things like that, but I could see myself coming against him again one day. He's a good fighter and he's a high level. I'm not going to knock that from him. Maybe I'll come down to lightweight, maybe he'll stay up and come back up to welterweight and we'll go again one day.
Yeah, because he obviously came up to welter to fight you, and watching him as a lightweight, do you feel like that didn't do him any favours, or do you feel like he's a better fighter at lightweight?
No, I don't think he's a better fighter at lightweight. I don't think it's anything to do with that. I mean, he cut weight for my fight. He's cutting a lot of weight to go down to lightweight, so he's just fighting smaller guys.
Okay.
I think that's what it is. That's the reason he's looking better at the lightweight division.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. And so, currently Rage welterweight champion, amateur champion.
Yeah.
What's next for you? I know we briefly spoke about possibly Cage Warriors, possibly defending the title. What do you think's the next step for you? I mean, we're in September at the moment. Possibly one more before the end of the year.
I'd like to get a couple in before the end of the year if possible. Definitely Cage Warriors. I'm hoping they'll have an amateur card around December. That'd be perfect for me, and maybe get a few more before then on some smaller cards.
Yeah.
For me, like all experience like all of it is experience and it's all valuable.
Yeah.
But I want to get onto that Cage Warriors show to kind of show what I can do. But I want to get those few more in first to kind of hold my skills back in. As I said, it's been a long layoff, and I don't feel like I went into that fight with the skills that I should have.
Yeah. And just briefly on going back to the fight, your cage control, your grappling defense as well. I had the privilege of obviously watching it cage side, and you stood your ground very well. You was able to keep those underhooks in and control his posture as well as get some strikes around the knee. Is that something that was heavily focused in camp?
My cage work has been a massive thing for the last year. Obviously, we've got a cage wall at the gym that we work on a lot, and I think about my coach as well. Everyone says that the cage, like against the cage, is kind of like the biggest thing now. If you look at a lot of these fighters and they get pinned, that's the difference between being on the ground and standing up. So I've really worked on that to strengthen it, to stay on my feet, or if I want to go down, to be able to reverse it, which I did on the night. As I said, like he pinned me against the wall, against the cage in the second round.
Yeah.
I kept stamping on his feet at one point when he lifted his one leg up and then sweeped him.
Yes.
It worked perfectly.
Yeah. I mean, I did notice that as well. The foot stomp. It's not something you see a lot of amateur fighters do. So no, fair play to you for utilising that, because it's not something you see often. And yeah, like the cage whip was definitely noticed. You can see the emphasis on your striking as well. Do you feel like, because you didn't have the chance to take it to the ground in an offensive way, do you feel like that's something like you'd like to work on in your next fight, or potentially like expose like more promotions to show your skill set?
Oh, 100%. As I said in our last interview, my ground game, I feel like, has gone through the roof. I didn't really get to show it off, and I would have liked to. Next time, that's something that will probably happen. So yeah, maybe get a few submissions or something like that.
Nice. That obviously, if we can see that, then we can see the full game, and with your grappling, with your striking, with your submission and your jiu-jitsu. It'd be good to see that as well, because I think you're a well-rounded fighter, and obviously you never know what's going to come into the fight, but it'd be good to show that skill set, so then you get more exposure.
Cheers, man.
More importantly, last question, what did you eat after the fight?
Where'd I go? Oh, my missus wanted a McDonald's, so yeah, we went to McDonald's. I'm not gonna lie, 2 triple cheeseburgers,
yeah,
2 large cokes, yeah.
Oh, it has to be that.
I didn't even finish it though, to be honest.
No.
I weren't even hungry. I was just hyped. I was too busy, too energized. I didn't want to eat anything. I got halfway through it, but
sleep well at all?
No, I didn't sleep well at all.
No. But back in the gym Monday.
Back in the gym Monday.
That's how it goes. All right, Jordan. Well, thank you for taking the time out to catch up with us post-fight. Hopefully we catch up before your next fight. And congrats on becoming the welterweight Rage amateur champion.
Cheers, man.
All the best, my man.
Cheers, man.